Hi Stampers, it's Tina Shaw, and I just wanted to jump on here for a quick video on how I put together this pretty card. This is the Slimline, and I've had lots of questions about it, so I thought I would just go over that real quickly with you. And also the matching envelope made out of printer paper, and it's super easy. That's no problem. So I'm just going to put on some adhesive and try to put this in about the middle, somewhere around the middle. Doesn't have to be exactly right, but close. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece, which is 3 1/4 by 1/2 inch wide, and I'm also going to just glue this over here so it kind of looks like a little present to start off with. Just going to put that about right there. Okay, now what you can do is bring you in some scraps of Blushing Bride, and I'm going to use Blushing Bride ink. And I'm going to stamp, and the Poinsettia is just 3 layers. There is another tiny one. You could do a teeny tiny one on top, but I just chose to do the 3. So you're going to stamp the smallest one, and then you're going to stamp the medium-sized one. I'm going to do that one over here. And then you're going to stamp the largest one. These are nice photopolymer stamps, which I love because you can see exactly where you're placing them. Okay, so I leave those on just a second extra to get that ink all transposed to my paper. So now I'm going to take these to my cutting machine and cut them out with the dies. And to save time, I already went ahead and cut out a set. And now I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper that is well loved, and I'm going to just sponge these a little bit on the edges. Not a whole lot, like that. Just enough to add a little bit of depth, or a little bit of shading, I guess is the proper word. So I'm almost done with that. All right, so now to put this together is so easy. All I did was put a little bit of adhesive there in the center, and I always do this every time I want to use my bone folder and gently curl the edges, just ever so lightly. I was doing this the other day and was doing a video, and I just ripped the little petal right off, so they're very, not real big down at the base, so you got to be careful. Now when I put this one on top, I'm going to move it around so I'm covering all the open spaces. See how I staggered that? So now, almost got this one ready. Put on a little more. I just didn't want to pop it up. You could pop it up if you wanted to, but I didn't want the extra height because I'm going to put the beads on here. Okay, so here is your poinsettia, and it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is bring my card over, and I'm going to decide which way I want this to be. Doesn't really matter. And I'm going to take dimensional, a couple dimensionals, and just put them right in the center. Some of them I only use 1, some of them I use 2. Today I'm using 2 dimensionals. Okay, so I'm just going to put that like right there. Okay? Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut out the little leaves that came in the set with the dies. And there's this one, which is a little larger than this one. So I cut out several of each. And the really cool thing is, this also, if you wanted to, you could cut this out at the same time, and it actually embosses on the cardstock, which gives it a nice 3D effect. And here you'll see what I'm showing, what I'm telling you. Can you see how this has the little ridges? So what I like to do with my leaves, I'm going to take some Pear Pizzazz ink. I did the leaves in Pear Pizzazz, and I also did some in Mossy Meadow. I first just did Mossy Meadow, but I thought it was kind of blending in too much with the cardstock down there, so I changed it up just a smidgen. Okay, so here's that one. A couple more. I think I did 3 of each, 3 light green and 3 of the darker greens. Okay, so here's my 6 leaves. Now I'm going to wipe off my fingers so I don't get green ink on the part that I don't want green ink on. So there we go. Now I'm going to take these leaves and I'm just going to put them like here and here. And then what I will do after I have them situated the way I want them to be, something like that, because I'm going to have my words over here. So then I will just take some of my stamp and seal, and then I want this one down first because it's a bigger one. And then I'm just going to place that right back in there. And then I'm going to put this one over top of that one slightly, like that. See how pretty? And I'm going to put this one in here. And then this one over here. And I have these two. Super, super easy, I told you. The stamp set and the dies do all the work. So, there's the leaves. Now, I also cut out some of these pretty little berry, I think they're like little berry twigs. And this one right here, this die. And so I cut out 2 of the Blushing Bride, and then I cut out 2 silver this time. In the card I had online the other day, I had gold, but this time I wanted to have silver. So I'll put one there, and maybe one over there, and I might need to trim them a little bit to get them to lay down there. And then here's my little silver ones. Maybe I want these down here because I want my words to show right here. So I'm going to put those there like that. So I'm going to use my silicone mat, and I am going to snip off just the little bottom of the twig here. And then I think I'm going to use some glue because these are kind of fragile. Just put on a few of the dots here, little circles. Okay. And then I'm going to take this one and just place it right in here. And this is the reason why I did not put dimensionals all the way to the edge, because I wanted to be able to put in my leaves and my little berries. And then if you want to, you can go back when it's done and add some extra dimensionals or glue if you wanted to, which is, I do that sometimes. Okay, so there's that. The nice thing about the Tombow glue, once it dries, it is clear. So if you have a little extra smudge on there, it will disappear. Okay, so now I'm just going to do this one. Come up. Right about there. And one more. Trim. Glue. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this one. Slide it right in there. Coming together. Look how pretty. Guess I did. Cut one out. I did. And then I'm going to stamp this one with Mossy Meadow ink pad because I think it shows up really nice. Nice complementary color. Stamp that about right there in the middle. Not too bad. And now I'm going to take our new punch. This is the triple, oh, I forget exactly what this one's called, but it does either the banner or the kind of like arrow end. This is in the holiday catalog. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to push this all the way as far as it will go. And this groove, the 3/4 inch groove, I'm going to turn it over just to make sure it's in the center. And punch. So now I want to see there, like that. And then I'm just going to glue this one down. And I'm going to stagger it over the little pink piece here. If I can get this little piece up here. There we go. There we go. Because I want to see all my words. Okay. There. There. Now, I'm going to take, just to finish off the flower, I'm going to use one of the beaded pearls because they are just adorable. And I'm going to use a glue dot to put this on. And I'm going to use my pick tool and just put a few of these on. Because it is a little metal, I wanted a little more adhesive, because I don't want it to fall off. Okay, so I've got 3 of those on there, and I'm just going to put that right in the center. And look how cute! And then if I wanted to, I could add a couple more pearls. Like on this one, as you see, I did gold. And I put a couple little more gold over there, and I used these gold. But today I wanted to use the silver, just to show you the difference. Okay, then to finish up the inside very quickly, here's my inside piece. And on the inside, I just did a real pretty little verse. And I just used this stamp that's in the set. And it's this one right here, which is a poinsettia as well. And again, I'm going to use my Blushing Bride ink pad. And so I just thought it looked really pretty if I just did the corners like that. And then, oh, I wonder if I put that here. Nope, that's the Warm Wishes one. Okay, let me tell you the dimensions again. The card base is 8 by 7, scored at 3.5. The Mossy Meadow layer is 3 1/4 by 7 3/4. The gingham layer, which is the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, is 3 by 7 1/2. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to stamp May the Wonder of Christmas Stay with you throughout the coming year, and that is from the Wishes and Wonder stamp set. But you could use any greeting or verse inside that you want. I just really liked this one. So I'm going to try to get this straight, halfway straight. Good enough. Okay. So then I'm going to use my glue one more time and just put this on the inside, and then the card is finished. Then we're going to make an envelope, and there's the card. How pretty is that? Okay, then the envelope is super, super easy. You're going to take a piece of 8.5 by 11 printer paper, and you're going to score this on long ways. You're going to score this at 1 inch and 9 1/4. So 1 inch, 9 1/4. Then on the short side, you're going to score it at 2 5/16 by 6 1/8. So what I'm going to do is just fold it on the score lines there and there, and then I'm going to take my bone folder again, just make sure it's nice and folded, and I'm going to do it here. This is the 1 inch side, and then up here is where you scored it at 9 1/4, and this is your top piece here. So now you've got 4 rectangles that we're going to cut out. So I'm just going to follow right on the score line, and I'm going to cut this out. And while I'm right here, I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to angle off a little bit. So let's do this side first. And then right here. And then again, I'm just going to angle like that. And then I'm going to come to the other end, and I'm going to do the same thing on these score lines. And I'm going to cut and cut. Again, I'm just going to take off a little triangle. And again. And then cut. More. And then again, I'm just going to cut off a little sliver here. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold this piece in, and I'm just going to glue it with any sticky glue tape you want to use. That down there. This piece here comes up. Looks like I needed to shimmy off just a smidgen more here. And then I'm just going to put some glue on this end. Like that. And then this is your top flap. And there's your envelope. Got a little smidge sticking out here. Turn that off. Okay. So then what I want to do, like on this one here, I stamped the flower, the poinsettia. I did it on the flap, and then I did it on the front corner. So I'm going to bring back in my scrap, and I'm going to find, where did I put my stamp? Here it is, and my pad. Ink it up. Stamp. Pretty. This is so pretty and super, super cute. And really fairly easy. So there's your envelope. Get all this off of here. There's your envelope, and there's your card. And then, like I said, if you wanted to, we could add a couple of pearls to put over here. Let me grab those. So here are my pearls. And I think I like to use this mid-sized one. Put one and two. And there's your Slimline card. Here's one with silver, and here's one with gold. So I'm going to try and post the dimensions. I may have already done that on my blog, tinashaws.blogspot.com. And if you have any questions, just get a hold of me. And I hope you make these. They are so cute and so simple. Simply beautiful too. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye-bye.